Hi guys, it's Dan from VL Lifestyle Design. Today I want to talk about how we got here to Costa Rica. Not how we decided that we wanted to live abroad, but how we actually got to Costa Rica and the circumstances that led up to it. I think the defining moment was in 2008 when the stock market crashed and this economic collapse happened. It affected us, Danielle became made redundant. She was on maternity leave, but she lost her job, which wasn't that big a deal. She was on maternity leave, and we weren't too sure what was going to happen anyway, whether she was going to stay off work. But I was earning quite a good income before that. I was doing a lot of little jobs by myself, and I was ready to take on my first big job. And yeah, and if that fell through, and then after that, I was struggling to find the little jobs, and I was struggling to sometimes even find any job. We were putting food on the table, but not much better than that, that's for sure. And it frustrated me, I got treated differently. I used to be treated really well and respected, and then I just got treated like a number or a slave after that, and I just didn't like it. I just thought, I don't want to be in the building industry. It's very fickle, and I just didn't want to deal with that. So I started looking at other things. I tried a few different things. I actually became a personal trainer and did a course for that, and I never worked in it, but there's something I did. I realised about halfway through it that I didn't want to do it, and at the same time realised we wanted to get out of there about halfway through the course too. So that wasn't for me. But yeah, so after that economic collapse happened, and before I did the personal training course, we actually did a raw food diet. We were eating 100% raw food, raw vegan for, I think in the end it was about 18 months, or maybe not the whole time, but that was predominantly for 18 months, and that was a big part of how we got here. We were looking at a lot of things online. Also Danielle, I was off at work, but she found a guy named Car Sundance, and he did a few YouTube videos about this area. We ended up becoming really good friends with their family, and we lived next door to them for 18 months and become really close friends, and we still are to this day. And it pointed out this area, and we looked into this area a bit more, and we just thought, wow, this is really cool, and there's a lot of healthy people in the area, and we just thought, oh no, this would be really cool to go here one day. And it was probably, at first, it was just sort of a distant dream, and we just put it in the back burner and plodded along for a couple of months. But at that time, we were having drastic change in our health too, so we're open to so much. We're like, oh, wow, if this can drastically change just by changing our food, imagine what else we can change. So we're really open to new things at that time, and really looking for new things. It was really cool. We grew individually and grew as a family. Really cool time. But anyway, I still plodded along with the work, and while I was studying as a personal training at night time, and it was tough. It was a really hard time, like working really hard, studying really hard, and Danielle had 2 babies at that time at home, and it was tough for her. And I remember just being fed up one day and just going, oh, it's not supposed to be like this. It's not. Let's go. Just go to that place in Costa Rica. If we found this farm that we knew would be suitable for us, and it ended up not being, but that was irrelevant. That's not what got us here. That's what got us here. Yeah, so we contacted that guy and made arrangements, and he was more than happy to have us. Being a carpenter and having a young family, he really liked us, and we really liked him, and it was really cool. It just ended up being too much of a jungle, too far out for what we wanted. So yeah, and I think that was 4 months before we got here. We contacted him, and we were trying to save money, and things kept coming up, and it didn't work out. So what we decided was to sell everything, just let go. So that's what we did. It was the Brisbane floods. That day we were just like, this isn't working out. That affected me getting to work, and Danielle was working part-time again by then to try and save more money. It affected her getting to work. It's like, nah, this is it. So we put everything we owned on eBay that night. Sold it all within 9 days. Hung around for a while longer, and I've talked about the story before. But it ended up being another 6 weeks before we left. And that's how it all happened, from making decisions. We dreamed about it, and then there was probably maybe 3 strong decisions that we made throughout the course
that made it happen. If it wasn't for those defining moments where it was just like, no, I'm not doing that, change that right now, it wouldn't have happened. So I'm really grateful that we both had the courage, and also we were just fed up enough to make that big change. And that's how we're here in Costa Rica, and that's how we're living our location independent lifestyle. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed my story, and I'll see you next time. Bye.